I really don't know what's going on. I don't know like what we're doing. I say we, or I ask that question because it's like, does nobody see what's happening? I know it's a common thing to get, on these little platforms and preach about what should happen, but how many times has this shit happened? And I'm not talking about to your favorite rapper, because I had a situation a week ago, and I was good. I was good, and I came here and I thought I got some time. I got a couple weeks before some shit reminds me of what just happened, right? But I didn't. I asked, what are we doing really? Because this story is just too common. This story is way too, it's deja vu. I'm tired of seeing the same headline, just like somebody would be tired of reading the same book or tired of watching the same movie. Nipsey Hussle just passed away after being shot 6 times in front of his own store, in his own city, in front of his own daughter. And then all I see is people throwing the rhetoric around that this world is such a terrible place. I constantly see that narrative. This world is dangerous, man. This world is evil. This world is awful. What is another one they said? This, I had to write it down. This world is a nightmare. I heard that one today. This world is a nightmare. No, it's not. Good people just happen to be in the worst parts of the world. That's it. And the fact that this dude felt that his environment was so shitty that he needed to remain there in order to change it and inspire other people just shows you. You think Nipsey Hussle would have built his business in the area that he built it in if he thought that it was a good environment? He's making a statement to say, I can come from this place and I can build something here, and I could try to build a community. I could try to start something. But he only did that because his environment was quote unquote a nightmare. He knew that the people in his environment weren't used to the good parts of the world, and he was trying to show them that. See, I don't know Nipsey Hussle outside of his music. I don't know anything about this dude outside of what he said, but again, his story, I've seen it too many times to people that are younger than him, and I mention the people who are younger than him only because I know how they look. I know when they say things and they have this look in their eye, and they would love to change their circumstances. They would love to change their environment. So they go when they have this bright idea and they're in a shitty place, they're in a shitty environment, they're in a shitty situation, and they do their best to come out of it. And then once they do, the goodness in them wants to bring it back to the area that they're from to show them that the whole world ain't like this. The whole world don't have to be this way. And that's the story I'm talking about. I'm tired of seeing. That's the story that I'm tired of regurgitating. That's the movie I'm tired of watching. I'm tired of some shit happening to a guy that comes from a shitty place, and the people outside of that shitty place coming back to tell him the world is a nightmare. The world was his refuge. What are you talking about? The world was, everything outside of his environment was good to him. You know how considerate and passionate about something you have to be in order to live in shit, leave it, and then come back because you want to clean it? You look at people like that and you like, yo, man, like, let me meet you. Let me shake your hand. You're like me. That's somebody you'd want your kid to grow up as. It's not about their profession. It's not about what it is that they do. It's about seeing something and wanting to change it, and wanting to show the people that are still in it, this isn't all there is. Like, when I hear that rhetoric of the world is a nightmare, the world is shitty, no. Parts of it are terrible for certain people. And when they get out of that, they see how great the world really is, and they want to show it to the people that they love. This dude was trying to change his community. I know he probably was in gangs. I know he probably did some dirt. And I know that dirt may have caught up with him today, unfortunately. But that's the position that a lot of people find themselves in. The world is a nightmare only comes from people that are looking at the shitty parts of the world, while the people that are in the shitty parts are looking at the world like it's the best thing. This dude was 33 years old. And that's what it is. I feel numb to this, and I'm sure a lot of his fans and a lot of his family feel numb to it. Because, again, in a space and a time where it seems you have so much power, you're helpless. You can't do anything. It's not a single thing you can do right now if you're upset about this shit. Not one thing. You can spread the ideology of we need to stop gun violence. That's not going to take away guns. You can talk about how we need to change our communities. Clearly, Nipsey was on that energy, and look what happened. It's just, there's no immunity. There's no safety. It's a rough time. My thoughts and prayers go out to his family, to any fans of his that are feeling this heavy right now. I wasn't a huge fan of him musically, but I completely respected what this dude was doing with his community and his ideologies outside of it. I understood where he was coming from. And I saw that same bright-eyed mentality. As cool as people wanted to think that he was, I saw that same bright-eyed mentality of wanting to show people the goodness he saw out in the world once he left the shitty part of it. Because I know people like that. And I knew people like that. And seeing that brightness taken away from those eyes again is just, it's too much to really keep talking about. It's too much to keep replaying. So, Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. That's all I got.